20 Best Knockouts of Butterbean, the king of 4-round script. Eric Butterbean. Escher destroys opponents in seconds. See the most brutal knockouts in boxing history. At 330 pounds of pure destruction, Butterbean wasn't just a boxer. He was a human wrecking ball who turned the ring into his personal demolition site. Some called him a sideshow. Others called him a joke. But his opponents? They called him terrifying. The king of the 4-rounders didn't need 12 rounds to end careers. He didn't even need 4. Most of the time, one perfectly timed bomb was all it took to send grown men into the shadow realm. Let's dive deep into the most devastating knockouts from the man who redefined heavyweight boxing. When Butterbean stepped into the ring, wearing those iconic stars and bars trunks, something primal happened. The crowd knew they were about to witness something special, something violent. With a professional record that would eventually reach 77 wins and 58 knockouts, Butterbean proved that technique isn't everything. Sometimes raw power and perfect timing are all you need to become a legend. Today we're counting down his 20 most devastating knockouts, the ones that left opponents questioning their career choices and fans jumping out of their seats. From unknown challengers to seasoned veterans, nobody was safe when the Bean unleashed his signature bombs. But before we start the carnage, let me ask you this. Which Butterbean knockout do you think was the most brutal? Keep that in mind as we go through this list. I guarantee you'll change your answer by the end. Knockout 20-16, the early destroyers. Let's start with the knockouts that announced Butterbean's arrival to the boxing world.
Well, they're finishing the wrong strike. What was this? The first 2 rounds. They're finishing strike. Oh, hit him. One hand hurt.
Knockout 20, Pat Jackson. The fight was stopped not because his opponent got knocked down, but because Pat Jackson simply didn't want to continue. One look at Butterbean's power, and Jackson's survival instincts kicked in. Smart man. Knockout 19, Terry Wood. One happy guy is Terry Wood who doesn't have to fight anymore, the commentator said as Butterbean's opponent realized he was in way over his head. The Bean's reputation was growing, one terrified opponent at a time. Knockout 18, the double knockout threat. In one of his early fights, Butterbean came so close to scoring a double knockout that even the commentators were amazed. Does he get a double knockout on this one? They wondered. While it didn't happen, it showed the devastating power that would define his career. Knockout 17, the left hook victim. Bean caught him with a left hook and dropped him, became a phrase that would echo throughout his career. This particular victim learned the hard way that Butterbean's left was just as dangerous as his right. Knockout 16, the nutritionist's first victory. After working with a new nutritionist, Butterbean's power somehow became even more terrifying. His opponent found out the hard way that a focused Bean was an unstoppable Bean. Knockout 15-11, building the legend. As Butterbean's record grew to 39 victories with 30 knockouts, his opponents started showing up already defeated mentally. Knockout 15, Graham through the ropes. This wasn't just a knockout, it was a statement. Butterbean didn't just drop Graham. He knocked him clean through the ropes with a devastating body punch. The commentator noted that Babe Ruth was in the 12th row when Dempsey went through the ropes. And for years afterward, Ruth claimed he helped push Dempsey back into the ring. Graham needed no such help. He was done. Knockout 14, the vaporization. Vaporized, the commentator screamed as another opponent simply ceased to exist under Butterbean's assault. This knockout was so clean, so brutal, it earned its own verb. Knockout 13, Marcus Rhodes' Rugged Road. Marcus Rhodes came in thinking he could handle the Bean. Rhodes is facing a rugged road right now, the commentator said as Butterbean systematically broke him down. It started with a body shot, continued with precision, and ended with Rhodes questioning his life choices. Knockout 12, the stationary target. He is much more stationary now and more of a target for Butterbean's big cage, the announcer observed as another opponent's legs turned to jelly. When you can't move, you can't survive against the Bean. Knockout 11, Ken Craven's family intervention. This knockout was so brutal that back in Ellisville, Mississippi, Ken Craven's friends and family are saying, "Stop it." Even people watching on TV knew their boy was in trouble. Jay Nady stopped the fight, saving Craven from further punishment. Knockout 10-6, the peak destroyer. With his record now standing at 41-1 with 31 knockouts, Butterbean had become boxing's most feared 4-round specialist. Knockout 10, the 30-second special. Butterbean trying to add his 30-second knockout, the commentator said as the Bean went to work. He didn't quite make it in 30 seconds, but the second round destruction was just as impressive. Knockout 9, the Dallas Cowboys connection. One opponent thought his size would help him against Butterbean. He's a bigger guy. He's a big, strong man, they said. It didn't matter. Size means nothing when you're facing a human sledgehammer. Knockout 8, Paul Springer's debut disaster. Paul Springer came in undefeated at 7-0 with 5 KOs, thinking he could handle the Bean. Paul Springer can probably give it, but can he take it? The commentator wondered. The answer came quickly and violently. No, he could not. Knockout 7. Doug Norris's undefeated record dies. Doug Norris was undefeated at 6-0 with 4 KOs when he met Butterbean. He never should have slugged with him, the commentator said as Norris's perfect record became a memory. He knows that now. Knockout 6, the Wild Windmill. It's wild now, folks, the announcer screamed as Butterbean unleashed his signature windmilling style. His opponent went down, and the crowd went crazy. This was Butterbean at his most entertaining and most dangerous. Knockout 5-1, the legendary finishers. These final 5 knockouts represent the absolute peak of Butterbean's destructive power. Knockout 5, Jeremy Williams' 17 KO streak ends. Jeremy Williams came in with 18 victories, 17 by knockout. He was a knockout artist meeting the knockout king. Don't expect him to lay down, they said. He didn't lay down. He was put down, hard. Knockout 4, the technical masterpiece. With his record at 44 wins, 1 loss, and 33 KOs, Butterbean showed he wasn't just about power. This technical knockout came just before the bell, showing perfect timing to go with devastating force. Knockout 3, the Mile High Destruction. His opponent came from Denver, the Mile High City, standing 6 feet 7 inches and 255 pounds. He's never been knocked out, they said confidently. Butterbean changed that statistic with extreme prejudice. Knockout 2, Scott Lindecker's body shot breakdown. Scott Lindecker, 31-1 with 24 KOs, was a legitimate threat. But Butterbean's body shots were relentless. Body shots are taking it all out of him, the commentator observed as Lindecker's will to fight evaporated under the Bean's assault. Knockout 1, the first round annihilation. With a tremendous right hand, a first-round knockout. This was Butterbean at his absolute peak. 1 punch, 1 round, 1 destroyed opponent. The crowd erupted as another victim joined the long list of souls sent to the Shadow Realm by the King of 4 Rounds, the Monster's legacy. What made Butterbean special wasn't just his power, it was his ability to end fights when it mattered most. In a sport where going the distance is often seen as success, Butterbean redefined what it meant to be dominant. His opponents came in with game plans, with hope, with confidence. They left with none of those things. The most well-recognized face in professional boxing, as one announcer called him. Butterbean proved that sometimes the most devastating weapon in boxing isn't technique or speed. It's the ability to end everything with one perfectly timed bomb. Every knockout on this list tells the same story. When you step into the ring with Butterbean, you're not just fighting a man, you're fighting a force of nature. Conclusion. From unknown challengers to seasoned veterans, Butterbean's knockout reel reads like a horror story for anyone brave enough to face him. These 20 knockouts represent more than just victories. They represent the complete dominance of a man who turned 4-round boxing into an art form. What started as skepticism from critics became respect, then fear, then legend. Butterbean didn't just win fights. He ended careers, dreams, and sometimes consciousness with surgical precision wrapped in 330 pounds of devastating power. His legacy isn't just in the record books. It's in the memories of fans who witnessed something truly special every time he stepped through those ropes. The King of 4 rounds proved that in boxing, sometimes all you need is one perfect moment to create something unforgettable. Which knockout impressed you the most? Was it the technical precision of his bodywork, the devastating power of his right hand, or the sheer entertainment value of watching grown men realize they've made a terrible mistake? Let us know in the comments below which Butterbean knockout you think was the most devastating and why. And if you want to see more legendary knockout compilations like this one, make sure you're subscribed. We've got plenty more boxing legends to explore. The Bean's reign of terror may be over, but his knockouts will live forever. Thanks for joining us on this journey through boxing's most entertaining destroyer.